Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Aisha from Peshawar Model School, No.3 campus. This is my third video and third lecture, SVT for the month of May. Students, I hope all of you are fine and doing well and you're doing your work as well. Okay students, in this video we are going to move toward question number 3 for SVT task for the month of May. Students, but before that I want to mention this again in this video. I have almost told you in all the videos that SVTs are quite important and the marks for these SVTs are going to be added to your term exams. So you should be very careful and you should not miss out any question or any video if you want to get full marks on your SVTs. Students, and I want to add one more thing, and that is that you should write neatly and cleanly. And you should use 4 lines properly. As you know that you should have 4-line copies for your SVT, and the usage of 4 lines should be very proper. Your writing should be neat and clean because plus marks are going to be added and plus points are going to be added if your writing is neat and clean. So students, you should be very careful. Students, I hope by now you are done with question number 1 and question number 2 on your new copy for SVT for the month of May. Students, as this is video number 3, so we are going to discuss question number 3 in this video. Question number 3 on your SVT task is, as you can see through the cover, it is answer these questions. So students, questions are going to be given to you and you need to answer that questions. These kind of stuff, the questions and answers are very easy and you're almost done with it in all subjects. So you would have idea how to answer a question. You need to properly answer a question in a proper line. I'll just show you the method later in the video, but let me just tell you that these questions are from unit number 1. As I've discussed in the previous videos that this SVT is mostly from unit number 1. So all of these questions are from unit number 1. You would have idea about what was in chapter number 1 from the previous videos if you watched that before SVT for the month of April. If you do not get that chapter, if you do not have idea, so you need to watch that videos because we have already done with that, and in that videos we are already done with this chapter. We have read and explained this chapter, plus we are also done with the words and meanings and some of the exercises for this unit. So you would get idea about that if you have watched that video. If you didn't watch that videos, please go to that videos and watch it, and then you can do this question really easily. Okay students, if you can just see over here on the cover, question number 3 is answer these questions. Part A is, who was the lighthouse keeper in Dingle? You have read that chapter. If you have watched the previous videos, you have idea who was the lighthouse keeper. If you do not have, I just want to give you a clue. Just take out your book and start reading the chapter and you'll find the answer. It's really obvious, and I think it's like the first line of the reading pad. If you can just see over here, fungi, unit number 1, start reading it. And in the first line, you will just see that Paddy Farrater was the lighthouse keeper in Dingle. It is very clear and obvious, and I think it is the first line for this question is on the first line, very obvious and very clear. So Paddy Farrater was the lighthouse keeper in Dingle. So same you're going to do for the all questions. Question number B, part B of this question is, what did the Paddy Farrater notice in 1984? What did the Paddy Farrater notice in 1984? So if you have read the chapter and watched the videos, you would have idea about what Paddy Farrater noticed in 1984. And this is very obvious because students, the chapters are very small. The reading portion, the understanding portion is very small. So it is very easy and it is not a panic to find the answer, and you'll just get the answer really easily. Okay students, part C of this question number 3 is, which name did people give to dolphin? What was the name that people gave to dolphin in this chapter? Question number D, part D of this question is, how did dolphins send messages? So means how did the dolphins in the chapter, how did they send messages to each other? So if you just find the facts that is just below, right below the chapter, you would just get the answer really easily for this question. Part E of this question is, what did dolphins want from the fisherman? What was that the dolphins want from the fisherman? They want to chat with the fisherman, or what do they want to do? It is mentioned in the chapter and the answer is really obvious like other questions answers. So you just need to give a read to this chapter, or just watch the videos and you'll just get to know the answers, because the answers for these questions are very, very easy and very easy to be spotted out. So you just need to be focused on the chapter. So that was set for this task. Now I want to show you how your SVT task should look like on your SVT copy. It should look like this. Okay students, it should look somewhat like this. You should write task number 3. You should write date, SVT and each and everything on the top as was shown to you in the class. So task number 3, questions and answers. You should write questions and answers. After that you should write unit number 1, fungi. That is fungi, the name of the unit is fungi. And then you should write question, answer these questions. It's very light, but I think it should be clear through the cover. Question number 3, and you should write as was SVT task, answer these questions. Then you should write question number 1, and question number 1 was, who was the lighthouse keeper in Dingle? So I have already told you the answer. You should write question number 1, question, and then you should write answer. And the answer for the first question was, Paddy Farrater was the lighthouse keeper in Dingle. So I have done question number 1 for you to show you the method, how it looked like and how you are going to do this. You can just underline or just color the main part of the answer or the question if you want to just make it more creative. Then you can write with color pencil or whatever you want, but to just get more good look, you can just do whatever you want on your copy, as long as it is neat and clean. So I have underlined the first main thing, the first main character or whatever was in the answer. So you can do the same if you want to. So this is question number 1 and its answer. Question number 2, then you can write question number 2 on a separate line, and then you can write question number 2, which is, what did the Paddy Farrater notice in 1984? As I told you previously earlier as well in the video, if you just check out the previous videos, or if you just give a thoroughly reading to this chapter, you just get to know the answer of this question. Similarly, you can write question number 3, and which is, which name did people give to dolphin? It is very obvious, the answer is very obvious if you just check out the chapter. So you should write question number 3, and as my page was about to end, the answer over here. You can just write the answer. Then you should write question number 4, how did dolphins send messages? Means it is in the fun fact below the chapter, you can find the answer of it. Question number 5, then you can write question number 5, which is, what did dolphins want from the fisherman? And then you can write the answer of it, what did they want from the dolphins, what did they want from the fisherman? It is also mentioned in the chapter, the answer is in the chapter, and you can easily find the answer of all these questions. It is a very easy and just like a fun stuff to do. So students, that was set for the video. That was your task and your lecture number 3. Hope you got what you're going to do in your SVT copies. That was set for the video. Take care of yourself and everybody around you. See you in the next video, video number 4, lecture number 4 for grade 4 English.